Morning driver, switch cabs here as you'll be reversing in Bristol Parkway. Then, board passengers here before your 7:07 departure. So put the DRA on in here. Press Ctrl Alt and minus to go to the other cab. Press T to open the doors. Put the reverser to neutral. Reverse the AWS, go outside, and turn the headlights to the day position. It will get brighter as we go into Wales. So we are following along train 1 Charlie 00, the 0528 Great Western Railway service from London Paddington to Swansea. Leaving Paddington at 5:28, calling at Reading, Swindon, Chippenham, Bath Spa, Bristol Temple Meads, Filton Abbey Wood, Bristol Parkway, Newport, Cardiff Central, Bridgend, Port Talbot Parkway, Neath and Swansea, arriving at 8:58, and the train would have travelled 203 miles, which is very, very far. This is part 1, which will be from Bristol Temple Meads, stopping at Filton Abbey Wood, Bristol Parkway, and Newport, where part 1 will end. Then part 2 will be from Newport to Cardiff to Bridgend, and then part 3 from Bridgend, Port Talbot Parkway to Neath to Swansea. So we have a few minutes left until we depart Bristol Temple Meads. The next stop is Filton Abbey Wood at 7:15. So we have a green aspect, so put the reverser to forward, release the brakes, and power to notch 2. So departing Bristol Temple Meads, the speed limit is 25 miles an hour, and we have about 4 miles to Filton Abbey Wood. So from Bristol we're going eastward towards London. So the usual route that GWR trains go is through Bath Spa, through Chippenham, Swindon, Didcot, Reading, Paddington. And the usual route that GWR trains take from Paddington to Wales is from Didcot to Swindon and Chippenham, then straight to Bristol Parkway and not through Temple Meads, which makes this train a bit special, which is why I wanted to do it. Because this train reverses at both Temple Meads and the Parkway. So the line going off to the right is the line to Bath Spa, and the depot on the left is Barton Hill Depot. So in one of my previous videos, someone asked that I would say the DLC route in the video. So the requirements for this scenario is that you need the South Wales Coastal route from Bristol to Swansea, available on Steam. You need the East Coast Main Line South route, also on Steam. You need the Class 800 GWR reskin from Super Alps. You need the RSC Class 159, available on Steam. The AP Cummins and Perkins Class 158 from Armstrong Powerhouse. You need the Thompson Class 170 on Steam. You need the AP Class 170 and 175 enhancement packs from Armstrong Powerhouse. You need the RSC, EWS and Freightliner version 2 packs from Steam. I do have the enhancement pack for the 66 from Armstrong Powerhouse, but I made this scenario before I bought it. So the station there was Stapleton Road, Lawrence Hill. You need the UV T tankers, comes with the Class 70 on Steam, and you need the AP Class 150-2. Oh yeah, if you want this on Steam Workshop, I am using quite a few third-party packs, which means Steam Workshop will just deny it. So the station we are passing through now is Stapleton Road. No, don't apply the brake. So there should be a branch off to the left, which goes off to Avonmouth. Or is it Seven Beach? I think it's Seven Beach. No, Seven Beach is later. I think the line off to Avonmouth comes off now. And then the line to Seven Beach comes off after Filton Abbey Wood. So up to Filton Abbey Wood there is quite a steep incline of 1 to 75, and also the speed limit is going up to 75. The speed limit is now 75 miles an hour, and we have about 2 miles to Filton Abbey Wood. Yeah, I don't think 800s come to Filton Abbey Wood a lot, because they normally go via Bristol and then round to Parkway. It is quite a steep incline. I think I'll just keep the power in notch 3. Oh, we are approaching Filton Abbey Wood, so I just put it to neutral. Also, the brakes on this are insanely good. Oh yeah, the thing about this is that what Super Robs did, he took the Class 800, or the Class 801 from the East Coast Main Line South, he made it green, put the GWR branding on it, made it 5 coaches, and then for the diesel part, I think he just used the Class 170, which is where the sounds come from. Also, I think the braking on the 170 is fairly strong as well. Speed limit is now 60 miles an hour, and you can see Filton Abbey Wood Station in the distance. So at Filton Abbey Wood, I'm aiming to stop right at the end of the platform, because I'm pretty sure this train doesn't fit because it's too long. So arriving into Filton Abbey Wood. The next stop is Bristol Parkway at 7:28. So reverser to forward, brake release, and power to notch 3. So departing Filton Abbey Wood, the speed limit is 60, going down to 40, then back up to, never mind. Speed limit is 60, and we've got about 1.5 miles to Bristol Parkway. I'm pretty sure there's meant to be a 4th platform here at Filton Abbey Wood. I think that's a recent development, and the current route doesn't reflect that. So the line diverging to the left is a more direct route to Parkway. Then the line going left off of that goes to Seven Beach, and the line we're going on goes towards Bristol Parkway and the north. There's a cement train on the left to Hayes and Harlington through Bath. Speed limits are going up to 90, even though we are approaching Bristol Parkway, and we are doing to platform 4, which is kind of like a bay type platform. It's not a bay platform, it is a through platform, but it's one of those like terminate type platforms. So up ahead in the distance is Bristol Parkway station, and we have a single yellow, which means we're not going any further than the Bristol Parkway. So at Bristol Parkway, I'll come into platform 4, switch cars, and then head out towards Wales. The speed limit into platform 4 is 25 miles an hour, and I'm aiming to stop towards the end of the platform where kind of like a wall starts on the right. So just slowing down. And aiming to stop around here. Arrival at Bristol Parkway. Switch cabs, so you're facing towards Wales. The next stop is Newport at 7:52. So reverser to forward, DRA off, reset the AWS, and power to notch 2. So departing Bristol Parkway, the speed limit is 25 miles an hour, and we have about 22 miles to Newport. I think all the cars in that car park have their headlights on. A bit west of the battery in the car. So out of Bristol Parkway, instead of going straight on like we did, we're now going to go right towards Parkway and the Severn Tunnel. Speed limit is now 60 miles an hour. We should be there fairly soon because the IETs in real life do have insanely good acceleration because they are new. So in a short while we should be joining up from the direct line from Filton Abbey Wood. So in real life, this part of the Great Western is electrified. I think it's electrified as far as Cardiff. So if this was more accurate, I would be in electric mode. But because this route is considerably out of date, I'll be in diesel mode all the way to Swansea. Speed limit is now 90 miles an hour, and the station we just passed through was Parkway. Bit of a strange track layout, where the down line is not on the same elevation as the up line. We are going down in the gradient of 1 to 90. So it's very steep inclines. I guess Wales is kind of very hilly. Well, probably not as hilly as Scotland. I've also got a warning for 75 at some point. I think it's when we get to the Severn Tunnel is when the speed limit goes down. Very empty out here. Oh yeah, there won't be that many trains on this route because of the certain pandemic. So there won't be that much to see. I mean, everybody is still running the basic kind of service. Like GWR are still providing a service between Paddington and Swansea. Transport for Wales is doing like Carmarthen to Manchester. And also doing like a other train from like Carmarthen to Cardiff, calling out more stations. So the station we're now passing through is Pilning. I think that's one of the quieter stations in the UK. It has a very limited service, probably because it's in the middle of nowhere. So up ahead is the Severn Tunnel. Which goes under the River Severn. I think I'll just cut that out because the inside of the Severn Tunnel is just boring. So after this short tunnel should be a long tunnel. And the speed limit is going down to 75 as we approach it. So this is the east porthole of the Severn Tunnel. Okay, because we're going down on the gradient of 1 to 100, there are these blue lights in the tunnel that signify when the gradient levels out and when you should apply power to go back up towards the surface. So the first blue lights indicating to release the brakes, and the second pair of blue lights indicate when to apply power, because we'll be ascending at 1 to 100 again, or 1 to 90. Okay, leaving the Severn Tunnel, we are now in Wales. So the next station will be Severn Tunnel Junction, where we join the line from Caldecott and Cheltenham Spa. We should also join up with some more Transport for Wales services from towards Cheltenham and some cross-country trains from Birmingham. Normally from the 170s. Also the speed limit is going down to 70. So up ahead is Severn Tunnel Junction station, and this is where the track will go to 4 tracks. So we got the down relief, we got the down main, then up relief. We will obviously be on the down main, because we're a passenger train and we gotta go fast. I think the maximum speed we'll be getting up to is 100. Speed limit is now 75. So between here and Newport there aren't any other stations, because it's just field. I mean, there is a yard, but you can't really see it because it's kind of obstructed by plants. And you're speeding again. Why do you stop doing that? So 75 is the limit, shortly going up to 90. So the 90 limit is coming up now. I'm not sure if the limit goes up to 100 before we reach Newport. I'm pretty sure I've done this section between Severn Tunnel and Cardiff quite a few times. I think this will be the first time doing it in an IET. So yeah, as I said earlier, the track should be quad track all the way into Cardiff. And then after Cardiff, go down to double track all the way to Swansea. And also, as I said earlier, this part of the Great Western is electrified, so 800s can go on electric between Paddington and Cardiff, and then switch to diesel to go towards Swansea and Carmarthen. Yeah, I wish somebody would actually kind of update the changing routes, because after the entire modernisation programme, most of these are quite out of date. Yeah, there is a yard on the left, but you can't really see it because it's trees in the way. Yeah, I'm not sure what goes in that yard. Is it kind of like a general storage area, or is it used for something? So just keep it in notch 3 seems to keep us. So just put it between notches 2 and 3, that should keep us about 90 miles an hour. So in the distance is another IET heading towards Paddington from Swansea, train 1 Lima 08. So he will take the more direct route through Bristol Parkway and Cheltenham, through Swindon, Didcot, Paddington, Reading. So put the power to notch 3 so we can just get back up towards 90 so we're not late. So I think we're fairly close to Newport. So Newport in about 4 miles. The speed limit is going down to 75 as we approach Newport, and then it'll gradually get lower and lower towards 30 as we approach the station. I think the last time it came down here was in a pacer between Caldicot and Cardiff. So I don't know what it is about the types of videos where I drive an 800 somewhere. I don't know why the videos I do on 800s, 81s and 802s are very popular. Maybe it's because a lot of people don't know about this reskin, and they see like in Train Sim in 800 in Cardiff in GWR Green, and like, ooh, I want to watch that. So speed limit is now 75 miles an hour. Going down to 40 in about a mile's time. A mile's distance. Why did I say time? Oh yeah, when I was downloading the reskin for the Transparent Mark 5s, I had to download kind of like an updated version of the 180, which also includes the East Midlands Railway livery. I'll put a link to it in the description where you can get the updated 180. Coming into Newport, the speed limit is going down to 40. So in the 180 updated, there are more destinations, there's more reskins, like Grand Central X Great Western Railway X Hull trains, because Hull trains have already replaced the 180s with 802s, the bi-mode ones. There's a 158 to Portsmouth. And I think there's a bunch of more stuff that I don't remember. So I think at some point I'll probably take a look at the updated 180. And probably do like an empty one from like Cricklewood to St Pancras or something. Kind of like a similar thing I did with the Meridian Meridian update, but in the opposite direction. I'm pretty sure that's what comes with the Northern Rail livery when 180s were operated by Northern because they had a stock shortage. I think that happened like 2007, 2008. It was a very long time ago. There's a 66 from Wentlug to Felixstowe. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing all these Welsh names right. So this is Newport. I'm aiming to stop where the footbridge starts, because it seems like a fairly good place to stop. Yeah, from the simulator, Newport is a very nice station. I think it's modeled pretty well. So 3, 4 and 6 car stop sign. So arrival at Newport.